Yeah, so good morning again. And tomorrow, as we discussed just before the recording started, that is our Independence Day. Okay, and Independence Day, as we all know, is celebrated that we got freedom from Britishers and India became a sovereign state, right? So, is it a moment to celebrate? Hmm? Do you think that we are free? Actually, we are free. Hmm? Most of you are saying no. Why? Britishers to chale gaye, we are free to do what we want. Hmm? Why, Pooja? Why are you saying we are not free?
We are not free from our thoughts in the sense that, we are always, uh, like we are dependent on many things. We are not free. So we are not free from, like, I'm not able to put words right now. But when it comes to thoughts, we are not, free. When it comes to, others' opinion or like social media, too much of indulgence. So all those things are not making us free.
Okay.
So let me gather my thoughts. Maybe I can come later on. Maybe someone else
No problem,
can.
no problem. We all understood what you mean to say. Priya is saying that although we are free on the outside में हमें लग रहा है कि we have got freedom physically, but mentally we are still bound by our thoughts, our perceptions, and uh, हमें लग रहा है कि हम बंधे हुए हैं कोई ना कोई चीज. Something is stopping us from leading our best lives. Okay, anybody else? What do they understand about freedom? What is their understanding of true freedom, or what freedom means to them? If I put it simply, what does freedom mean to you? चलो फिल्म एक ऐसे लिखना है आपको स्कूल में आपको and you want to write a essay, at 100 word essay on freedom. What will you say in today's context? चलो, not in the context of obviously in terms of that freedom we got. hmm? What are you bound by? चलो simple और simple करते हैं उसको. What are you bound by? What is stopping you from leading your best life? Then think over it. Just think over it. And yeah, Rimple, you want to say anything? You've come close to the mic.
या मनीष बहुत सारी चीजें हैं है ना फ्रीडम मीन्स टू गेट फ्री राइट टू लिव इंडिपेंडेंटली एंड नॉट विद दैट बाउंड्रीज राइट एंड हाँ चाहे इंडिया को फ्रीडम तो मिल गया है बट अगर जो हम यहाँ क्लासेस कर रहे हैं जो अपनी बात करें तो यस बहुत सारी चीजों से हम अपने आप को बाउंड्रीज में डाल देते हैं जिससे हम फ्री नहीं हो पाते हैं तो सबसे बड़ी बात है सेल्फ लव मुझे ऐसे लगता है तो अगर हम वो स्टार्ट करें है ना जैसे मैं समझ रही थी जो पूजा भी यही बोलना चाह रही कि बाहर से तो लगते हैं हम फ्री हैं बट अंदर से हम सब कहीं ना कहीं बंधे हुए हैं कहीं ना कहीं चीजों से और सबसे बड़ी चीज है वो हमारे थॉट्स हमारे परसेप्शंस पल पल सिचुएशंस आती हैं अगर तो हम उससे निकल पाते हैं तो देन वी आर लाइक फ्रीडम फ्री इंडिपेंडेंट बट अगर मैं उसमें जकड़ी रहती हूँ मतलब मैं कहीं ना कहीं अभी भी लाइक फ्री नहीं हूँ
Okay.
आई
So Rimple and Pooja
बेसिकली
are
आई थिंक
resonating with
मेरी
each other.
सॉरी
Okay. Yeah,
अगर
Balji,
मेरी
continue.
खुद की फ्रीडम है तो अगर मैं
Mm-hmm.
नेगेटिव थॉट्स से मुक्त हूँ एंड आई कैन थिंक एंड एज एवरीबडी सेइंग परसेप्शन मेरा सही है तो मैं अपने लाइक नो आई एम फ्री मतलब ऐसा लगता है मुझे नहीं तो बंधन में है
Okay. So thinking positively is freedom for Baljeet auntie. Okay. Mukesh, yeah, you can close to the screen. Want to say anything?
नो हाँ मेरे लिए भी वही है कि फ्रीडम एज इन अदर देन दी एक्चुअल फ्रीडम that we got from Britishers, and we, I mean, politically we are free, and I mean there is not somebody else ruling us over now. But internal freedom from our thoughts. Uh, मतलब are we free without having perceptions of what others are thinking about us? We are constantly judging ourselves, uh, and we always think कि दूसरा क्या सोच रहा है, and are we doing as per the expectation of others? So, and we also have constantly we fight with ourselves, okay, am I the best, or am I lacking something, or can I do it better? So there is a constant conflict with our own selves. So I think वो सब if we can live life more meaningfully, and probably without boundaries, with limitlessness, and and from our thoughts, if we are more free, and do our best at every moment and live the moment, like you said, that we should experience the present moment, and let the life unfold. So अगर वो basic चीजें अगर हम करें, तो I think in true sense maybe we can be free from our thoughts and from our mind.
Very true. Very true. Okay, so, yeah. So for Mukesh also, like not living out of fear, anxiety, what others think of you. And he says that if you can just live in the moment, do the basics right. This is very important. This is the point I want to communicate today on the 78th Independence Eve of our nation. That there is a quote by Napoleon. So this I read in the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, that a genius is a person who can do the basics right, or who can do the average when everyone around him are trying to do the extraordinary. There was quote was something like this, that genius कौन होता है जो average चीजें, जो basic चीजें कर सकता है when everyone around you are going crazy. Okay, now let's talk about health, physical health, mental health. काफी लोगों ने mental health की बातें करी यहाँ पर. Yeah, because physical health is getting better by the small changes that we are doing, so that we are now more inclined towards mental health. तो whenever I get a new client or a new student, कोई भी आता है मेरे पास, so the first question होता है कि what is a super food? कोई तो ऐसा super food होगा जो खा के मेरा डायबिटीज ठीक हो जाए, कि मुझे सुबह उठते ही क्या खाना है, कि मैं बादाम खाऊं, कि कोई जूस पीऊं, कि सब मेथी वाटर लूं, कि क्या लूं कि मेरा डायबिटीज ठीक हो जाए. एंड व्हेन आई से डू स्टार्ट इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग, डोंट ईट एनीथिंग, अरे यार ये तो बेकार टीचर है यार, ये तो बोलता है कुछ मत खाओ. कुछ नहीं खाने से हम कैसे ठीक होंगे? when it comes to mental health, हमने क्या बात करी? We need to live independent. So see, कहीं ना कहीं बोलते ना कि we haven't learned the basics right. I heard 2 times, I think Pooja and Rimple, they spoke about independence. So can we be really independent? Hmm? See, we are all dependent on one another. हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि we live in an interdependent reality. तो क्या आप जी सकते हैं बिना सन के, बिना मून के, बिना विदाउट एयर, विदाउट ट्रीज, विदाउट नेचर? कैन यू सर्वाइव फॉर इवन अ मिनट? ऑब्वियसली नॉट. तो हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि समवेयर समहाउ आवर बेसिक्स आर नॉट राइट. हमारे जो बेसिक्स हैं, सो हेल्थ के बेसिक्स क्या होते हैं? चलिए फिजिकल हेल्थ की बात करते हैं. व्हाट आर द बेसिक्स? आई विल कवर, मैंने जितना मेरा आज तक कॉन्सेप्ट क्लासेस हुआ है ना, मैं आई कैन कवर दैट इन 2 minutes. हाँ, क्या सिखाया फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में? हमने क्या सीखा था बेसिक्स हेल्थ के बारे में? What did we learn in the school? Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy and wise. Are we following that? No. Most of us are on our phones, devices, सनसनी and news and stock market and सब कुछ रात को ही चलता है हमारा. हाँ, following the basics? No. खाने में बेसिक्स क्या है? ये eat a balanced diet, don't eat many times, don't overeat. Right? ये तो मैं क्लास में सिखाता हूँ, और क्या सिखाता हूँ, in different ways, in interesting ways. What about exercise? डेली हमें 1 घंटा मूव करना चाहिए, बस सिंपल. ये तो मैं क्लास में सिखा रहा हूँ, और क्या सिखा रहा हूँ लास्ट 3-4 सालों से, जो भी मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो सीख रहे हैं, बट अभी तक उनको वो बात समझ में नहीं आती. एंड देन यू सफर, देन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स सफर. इन टर्म्स ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ क्या है? व्हाट मुकेश सेड, सिंपल, लिव इन द मोमेंट. इट्स सच अ बेसिक थिंग. मैंने पूरा, आई कवर्ड ऑल माय कॉन्सेप्ट क्लासेस इन 1 minute. जो मैंने आज तक आपको सब इतने सारे घुमा फिरा के बातें जो बोली है, मैंने 1 मिनट में सारी बातें आपको बता दी. दिस इज द क्रक्स ऑफ what I teach in my classes. But here we are looking for some complex formula, और some ऐसी चीज है कि कुछ तो होगा जिससे मेरी हेल्थ ठीक हो जाए, कुछ तो होगा जिससे मेरा माइंड रिलैक्स हो जाए. तो ये जो थॉट है हमारे पास आजकल, बोलते हैं ना आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, जो मेरा आज मॉर्निंग में भी मैसेज था इन द ग्रुप, that if we can learn, if human beings can learn how to use their real intelligence collectively, the world would be a much better place to live in. Hmm? Do you resonate with this statement? If you can just collectively learn to use our real intelligence, कि जो इंटेलिजेंस आपके पास है, आप वो तो पहले यूज करो. Why are we not following the basics? Now this festival season is coming. I'm sure many of you will see people around you with all those lifestyle disorders, chronic disorders, whether they have diabetes, heart disease, cancers and everything, and they will eat everything in the name of festival. They will break all the ground rules, and then they say यार festival है यार, तुमसे control हो सकता है, हमसे तो control नहीं हो सकता. Even in my own house it happens. After so many years of conditioning, all the junk will be made and everything and will be eaten, and then we say that भगवान हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों करता है. You start blaming God and you don't take responsibility कि हमारे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, हमने ऐसा क्या गलत किया, हमने तो किसी का बुरा नहीं किया. दिस इज अनदर लाइक बोलते ना कि रॉन्ग नॉलेज और फॉल्स परसेप्शन दैट वी हैव कि हमने तो आज तक किसी का बुरा नहीं किया, हमें हमारे साथ बुरा कैसे हुआ. We don't introspect, we don't reflect on our own actions. हम सोचते नहीं कि हम अपने साथ क्या कर रहे हैं जिससे हम बोलते ना खुद का सत्यानाश हो रहा है. We are just slowly and steadily poisoning ourselves daily. Not in terms of physical health, also mental health also. We all know that social media क्या होता है. What is social media? They just want one thing from you, your time and attention. That's it. They don't charge you anything. Are they foolish? How is Mark Zuckerberg the one of the richest in the world by giving free things? Why is Google one of the biggest companies in the world? Alphabet, huh? It is one of the top 5 in the world, and they are giving these free mails and free search engines. We don't think for a moment that what they are doing to our mental health. There was not this much talk of mental health ever जितना आज हो रहा है. See, when I talked about freedom, everybody told about mental health, about thoughts, about negative thinking. Hmm? This is again a false thing. Negative thinking. Hmm? Who decides ki what thought is negative, what thought is positive? We are giving meaning to situation and suffering our own thoughts. Hmm? We बोलते ना, we are clouded. हमारा जो perception है, that has been clouded. एक घना अंधेरा छाया हुआ है. We are seeing through that lens only, and we all always think that the situation is not right. Hmm? How can you be calm in this situation? कि ये जो मेरे साथ हो रहा है तुम क्या जानो मनीष, ऐसा ऐसा डायलॉग सुनने को मिलता है मुझे. इट इज easy for you to say that. You are settled in life and you have this easy life. Come and stay. मेरी जिंदगी एक दिन जी के देखो. Of the kind of physical problems that I'm still having, the arthritis and all the family issues obviously are there. Hmm? So everybody thinks that the grass is greener on the other side. कि you are the center of the world and you are suffering the most. तो मैं तो बोलता हूँ हम इतने बाउंड कभी नहीं थे. Forget about 78 year of freedom. We are just forgetting the basics year by year, year by year. And देखिए ना क्यों हो रहा है. There are so many wars happening. हाँ, कभी इतने wars एक साथ चलते थे क्या? There are 6 or 7 countries are at war with each other, and cold war तो चलते ही रहता है. What happened in Kolkata just 4 days ago? हाँ, that in the किसने alcohol पिया, दारू पिया, and what did it to the doctor? Hmm? Such an unfortunate thing. It is happening in the society every day, every day, and the laws are so weak. आज when I went to Dubai, people can't even think of doing this. Dubai में the laws are so strict there. Women are so safe. And India में आज क्या हो रहा है? In spite of being a sovereign state, what are we doing to our sisters and mothers and everyone? हाँ? क्या हो रहा है हमारे साथ? We don't even think true freedom क्या है ये? Are we free? जो हो रहा है हमारे साथ. There is so much of inequality of income, hmm, in this country. हाँ? That बोलते हैं कि मुकेश अंबानी, उसका सम वेल्थ का कंपैरिजन आया था दैट ही ओन्स 10% ऑफ इंडिया. सो 10% ऑफ इंडिया इज विद 1 person. Who made this? मतलब this is all बोलते हैं self created. This is all these problems जो हो रहे हैं, the societal problems. I'm talking about the national level problems today that we are facing as a country, and we say that we are free and we are proud of our nation. See, I agree that no country is perfect. See, no country will ever be perfect. But why are we the most intelligent species? We are the most बोलते हैं कि this intellect only human beings have. Why are we suffering the most? Look at animals. हाँ, किसी ने कभी बहुत ओबीस एनिमल को देखा है? हैव यू सीन अ वेरी ओबीस एनिमल, या कोई एनिमल आपके जिसके पास पेट्स हैं? बहुत ज्यादा बीमार नहीं पड़ते होंगे वो, शायद साल 2 साल में एक बार बीमार पड़ गए तो बहुत है. हाँ, अग्री एवरीबडी जिसके पास पेट्स है. वेरी रेयरली दे फॉल इल और दे आर ओबीस और दे सफर. और किसी ने सुना है कोई एनिमल को कभी मेंटल हेल्थ इशू हुआ है, उसको साइकेट्रिस्ट को दिखाना पड़ा है? वेरी रेयर, वेरी रेयर. इट इज Like, because what they do, animals, they do the basics right. अब किसी भी चिड़िया को शाम को 6 बजे के बाद खाना दो, चिड़िया खाना नहीं खाएगी वो। तो उसको पता है कि यार उसका डाइजेशन शट ऑफ हो गया है। कोई कुत्ता अगर बीमार है तो वो सो जाएगा, रेस्ट करेगा, वो खाना नहीं खाएगा उससे। हाँ, बट हम क्या करते हैं इंसान, in term कि नहीं यार, enjoyment, in the name of enjoyment or in the name of not having control of our own mind, we just indulge and we suffer. So think this Independence Day ना, कि हाँ ठीक है ब्रिटिशर से इंडिपेंडेंस मिल गया, सब मिल गया, but what does independence really mean to you? आपके लिए इंडिपेंडेंस क्या है? So a very important concept, and then set certain ground rules for yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't try too many things at one time. कि हम 20 चीज एक साथ करने जाते हैं, हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते। Think for yourself how you are leading your life. Are you digging your own grave? वही सोचिए। बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं जब हम बहुत ज्यादा अनहेल्दी खाते हैं या बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस लेते हैं, that is just taking you faster towards your grave. That's a fact. I'm sorry to say that. Please don't feel bad. कई लोग बुरा मान जाते हैं when I use these words, but that is the reality. That is the reality. So think how you are leading your life. Think about what freedom means to you. Introspect and take small corrective steps. Don't try कि मुझे एक ही दिन में पूरा सुधर जाना है, पूरा बदल जाना है, but at least become more aware of your choices, become more aware of how you are leading your life. Anybody else wants to add anything about freedom? It's a very important concept, freedom. विशाल, maybe. I think विशाल भी स्क्रीन के पास आए थे उस समय। विशाल,
what I'm saying is that independence is something which God has like not given to us, okay, in terms of the way we think. So, like, even if we are free now in terms of politically, but we are still bound by the majority. So, what majority thinks, that what the people have to follow. So that's why this independence thing has to go beyond of all these things that what we think. Like many of the people were happy when even Britishers were there, and many of the people were not happy at that point of a time. So similarly, today also it's the same thing. Some of the people are happy with the administrator who is running the country, and some are not. So, like to get the real freedom out of it, we have to understand that what Mukesh said, that to understand to live in the moment and to take the best out of it with your mind, that how we are perceiving things, that what we read in the classes, that is the most important way that one get free from all these anxieties or mental health issues that what we are facing in the world today. So that independence is more important, I believe.
when you understand, Vishal, very beautifully said. So if you just summarize today's session, I'll just take one more minute. And that freedom is a choice. आप ये समझ जाइए। You can choose to be free in this moment. आप सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए कि आपको फ्री रहना है कि आपको बाउंड रहना है। And very simple thing when it comes to choices, ना, think one thing, that what you are doing. अगर आपका बच्चा वो चीज करे तो आप खुश रहेंगे क्या? I repeat, if you are doing something, तो will you be happy if your child does the same? एग्जाम्पल ले लीजिए, आप ड्रिंकिंग का ले लीजिए, अल्कोहल, सपोज अल्कोहल। तो इफ योर चाइल्ड ग्रोज अप एंड ड्रिंक्स अल्कोहल, विल यू बी हैप्पी? मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस आंसर विल बी नो। स्मोकिंग है, जंक फूड हो गया, लाइफस्टाइल डिजीजेस हो गए, स्ट्रेस हो गया, वट एवर इज दैट्स अ वेरी गुड बैरोमीटर, मतलब वेरी गुड बैरोमीटर टू जज थिंग्स, टू पुट थिंग्स इन द राइट पर्सपेक्टिव। आज हम जो कर रहे हैं। एंड पूनम इज स्माइलिंग। या पूनम, यू वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग? नो, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो आज समझ आइए, विल जस्ट स्टॉप हियर, अदरवाइज पूरा क्लास ही आज कॉन्सेप्ट क्लास हो जाएगा। ओके, कम, लेट्स सिट ऑन द मैट। On this thought that freedom is a choice, let's take responsibility for our lives. Yes, I can